Okay, it's game two. Will Darkseid play a similar style to what he did before? Will Gremal have any defense against it? If he does, um, let's wait and see. So, yeah, how different is this to the other games that I casted tonight? Very different indeed. So, in the production tab, we can see that Darkseid gets the pylon down first. Gremal, he looks like he might be. Oh, I thought maybe he was considering a very fast expand or something, which on this map you would normally throw a pylon down here or somewhere like that. He is sending a worker out onto the map, so I'm very curious if we are going to see a proxy. I think we might be about to see a proxy, and that would please me, because against the style that we've just seen, proxy would work, and it would work extremely well. Darkseid has got this gateway down though, so if that is Gremal's plan, he needs to get it building. He needs to get it building straight away. So there's the pylon. He's reasonably close. He's chosen a reasonable position. This is not going to be scouted. Any workers leaving here to head across the map will not pass this position. So unless Darkseid actively scouts his own half of the map, he will not find this. But Gremal, you've got the money in the bank. Quick as you like. Let's get the two gateways done. Because if you wait much longer, your opponent Darkseid has got his own gateway up. So for your proxy to be successful, you need to outproduce him. You need to produce more units than he's able to produce. So you really need to get these gateways building. Darkseid, meanwhile, has got the side core coming down, as you would expect. He's just supplying up. His main is just about saturated, both. Oh, no. So we need one more worker in gas, one more on minerals, and he will be saturated. Meanwhile, Gremal does have a worker in gas, and has saturated his minerals. So no other signs of tech at home, but 3 gateways here building. So as soon as these finish up, we need to see Gremal churning out these zealots as quickly as he can. A forge here, I'm not really sure about the implications of that. I think he has trapped that worker. I don't think that worker can now move, which is a kind of annoying feature of Protoss. The way the workers can plant buildings, workers can't. Oh no, I tell a lie. It could escape. Workers can sometimes sort of wedge themselves in beside buildings. Now Gremal, I'm all for a proxy, but you do need to build units at the proxy position, and you need to build them really quite quickly indeed. So he has got a forge. This twilight makes me suspicious. The early twilight, the saturated gas, the robo. I think this is the same build as we saw previously. There's the dark shrine. It worked for him in the last game. Why wouldn't you do it again? So Gremal, you have got a forge. That means you can build cannons. Now is the time. You need to be building cannons at home. You need those photon cannons to protect yourself against these Dark Templars. He is now building zealots, sort of. If you are playing this sort of proxy style, it's got to be pedal to the metal. You have to stay on top of, literally don't waste a second. As soon as you have the minerals, you're building a zealot. As soon as you've got the buildings up, you're building, you're getting the zealots out, because otherwise the proxy is just going to be ineffective. If these 4 zealots turn up now, there's 2 zealots at home to defend with the mothership core and a photon overcharge. That's enough. That will comfortably defend these 4 zealots. 7 zealots, a bit more like it. 7 zealots can get in here and they can definitely disrupt what's happening, but this dark shrine is about to finish. Now, warp gate is done, so the 2 gateways are now converting to warp gates. This warp prism is coming in. Unfortunately, I like that Gremal has expanded. I'm not sure about building all these other structures over here. This is somewhere in between build. He's proxied, but hasn't fully committed to it. he's got the Stargate, and you know, a proxy Stargate. Maybe I should do a little video about proxy Stargates. A proxy Stargate is a wonderful thing too, but I don't think Gremal knows how to deal with these Dark Templars. I don't think he realizes that a photon cannon was what he needed, and I fear that this game too is simply over. Yeah, I think that it's just the end. Yeah, so you know, that certainly is a build, the DT Rush. It's a common enough build, or it was at one time. Gremal is going to go for this. The problem he has now is that his opponent can warp in Dark Templars at home, and he won't be able to kill them because he just won't be able to see them. Now, it is possible, of course, that Darkseid will not have any sort of active warp kits ready to warp stuff in. It's possible for sure, but yeah, you need to move away from that photon overcharge. Don't try and attack it. It'll time out after 20 seconds. Just move away from it. Killing the workers is definitely the choice. If you've killed all the workers, then you can no longer build stuff because you don't have any money, although he does have quite a substantial bank. But he's only got enough gas for a single Dark Templar. So if you can kill the Nexus, you've got a chance. But the other thing you've got to do, Gremal, you have to get building some photon cannons down here. You have to. Otherwise, you've got nothing to defend against the Dark Templars. I'm not sure how this game's going to go. These DTs are going to come home to defend. And at present, Gremal just doesn't have anything that can kill them because he isn't able to see them. So ultimately the DTs will clean this up. It might be worth focusing the Dark Shrine if he's aware of what that building is, because if he can kill that, then no more DTs can be produced. But Darkseid, I don't think, has got a worker. He doesn't. So Darkseid actually doesn't have a worker. So Gremal, if you can build a couple of photon cannons here to defend your base, you have won this game. But I don't think he's going to do that. Darkseid doesn't know about this stuff. He doesn't know anything about it. So, since he doesn't have any workers, he cannot rebuild a Nexus. He has no means to build anything at present. So Darkseid, you can spend this money, you can get some Zealots out or whatever, and that wouldn't be a bad choice. Turn some of that money into Zealots and send them around the map looking for your opponent's stuff. You were in his base, you didn't see any gateways or anything like that, but you know that a bunch of stuff turned up in your base. Now this Void Ray can kill all of this stuff. These Dark Templars can't shoot up. Is Darkseid aware that you can turn 2 Dark Templars into an Archon, and Archons can shoot up? He has, let's have a look at the units tab, he has 5 DTs, he doesn't have enough gas for another one, so he can make 2 Archons, and 2 Archons will kill a Void Ray. This game, man. But no, you never did build the photon cannon. This can be extremely close. It's just going to be who can kill the other one's buildings the quickest. Now this Void Ray is going to take a long time to kill all of this stuff on its own. I think the DTs are going to win it. I think the DTs are going to win. Gremal, get the sentry up there as well. You might as well get it up and shooting. Sentries don't do an awful lot of damage, but why wouldn't you? I don't know, man. What a weird game this is. Now, does Darkseid know about that?
Base is under attack.
He does. He knows that's there. And now he knows about all of this stuff. It's just a question of whether or not he can kill it in time. This Void Ray does have a lot of work to do, though. This is a pretty strange game. Darkseid, there's no value really in bringing these home. If you're not going to turn them into Archons, you win the game once all of your opponent's buildings are dead. Gremal, a photon cannon could have saved your life here. Literally a single photon cannon surrounded by buildings. Literally, that would have done it. The other option you had was to run a worker away from here to the other side of the map and just plant a building, although 35 minerals isn't quite enough to do that. So, he did. He turned it into an Archon, and he killed the Void Ray. Well, that's that's GG then. This is unfortunately over. So the DT rush with the warp prism to fly DTs into your opponent's base is fiendishly effective. It's a deeply disturbing and unpleasant build, and I should never have shown it to anyone ever under any circumstances. Perhaps I'll post a video on how to do that build, and perhaps I'll also post a video on how to defend against it. If you want to know how to defend against it, an easy option is to play the build itself against the elite AI and just have a look at what the elite AI does. And it will. To be fair, that build will probably win against it. But it'll still do the right things. It'll build detection. It'll do those sorts of things. The short answer to how do you defend against this is knowledge. If you know it's coming, you can build detection and you can do something about it. If it's a surprise to you, there's nothing you can do about it, to be honest. So, as is often the case in StarCraft, the key to victory is knowing what your opponent is doing. Send a worker across the map in the early stages, have a look around your opponent's base, get some sort of idea of what they're doing. If you know Dark Templars are coming, you can beat them. If Dark Templars are in your base and you have no detection, well then you're probably dead. Gosh. GG.